Hey, mindful partners, how have you been? How are you doing? All right, and it's a new month. Okay, and this month, of course, is the month that we are hosting Man at a Fight for Life at the Rembrandt Hotel, Ikeja. And you know that leading up to a Fight for Life, we've been having conversations with men. And today, I sit with a very, very enthusiastic young man who's not even 20 yet. Well, by the time this airs, he will be 20, but is ready to take the world of entrepreneurship by the storm. This conversation is short, fast paced, but one that makes one question if you truly took advantage of your youth and maybe revitalize the essence of youth. Enjoy this conversation with Matthew Javine. He's a startup builder of Product Buddy and he is 19. Enjoy this conversation. All right, so let's get to the conversation quickly. So that I don't allow maybe rain before they get to the. And then...
don't worry. I'm really prepared. I had to clear up everything I had to do today, so I'm fine.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. It's good.
Okay. So, to be honest, it's the first time I'm hearing about Product Buddy. What's Product Buddy?
Yes. So let's look at the name Product Buddy. Buddy as in friend in the broken English context. So I was opportune to intern at SystemSpecs, the parent company of Remita.
Okay.
So basically, that was where I had my first industrial experience. I was a freshman that just had a summer holiday. Then I was like, what am I doing at home? So I just went out there. Though they had come to my school, they had a collaboration with my school. Then I met someone. I was like, I want to be an intern here, because when we went for the how will I put it? I don't want to call it an excursion though. Yeah, but it was
For want of better word, excursion. Okay.
Let's make it let's make it simple.
Yeah.
So when I saw the place, I was like, wow. Well, I need to be here. So they were like, we grant on internship, blah blah blah. Meet some of our staffs. Then I sat. Then I looked. Okay. In fact, it was when I went for the internship I got the name AI, because basically that day I was just asking questions about AI, because I just loved the concept that something could make my day, my work, anything I'm doing more efficient. I don't have to start from scratch. It could give me even precisely what I want. Then I could tweak it. Something like a companion, something like an assistant, basically. So I asked a lot about AI, and my friends started calling me AI, and that's how I got the name AI in school. So if you go to McPherson University, you just ask, who is AI? They'll just, this is me. They'll point to me directly. So I wanted to be there, and I didn't have any experience to say, okay, I have this, I want to intern in this. So during the summer, I was like, though I had collected a man's number there, Mr. Terry, I had a relationship, like more of a familiarity with him. And how did this happen? So I usually tell some people, in any way you can, give value. Value is one of the most important things you can give as a human being, and that's why I call myself the value catalyst, because wherever I go, I make sure I impact or I give value in one way or the other. So the first time they came, I was not with them. So I was in my room. They were like, these people pouchy. They came to school. They giving us water bottle. They giving us shirts. Like, what they? I didn't really bother. You understand? But the second time they came, I saw them. I was like, oh, pouchy. So I just went to meet them. I said, okay, we are trying to get students together so we could, engage them. I was like, no, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Come out. I'll take you to our portals. You can, come to the boys' hostel. You talk about. So Mr. Terry was like, my guy, I like you. I like your vibe. So it worked out. and they were able to do some engagement. I was with them all the way till they were like left, so I collected his number. So he now stored my name as AI because he saw one of my mates calling me AI.
Okay, so this is how product buddy started.
So okay, let me hasten a bit. So so when I got into the company, unfortunately, so that holiday I just called him. I want to intern here, please. I was like, this man, okay, give me something. So I kept disturbing him, telling him, okay, if you want someone who is ready to learn and unlearn, though I know I don't have experience, but I can do things. I can do anything. So it was like, okay. So what I did was, I know the app they built for my school is kind of having some problems, and I just told, what I did was I went on my own, created a form, and sent it to a lot of our students, and I said, what are you facing with this app? There were a lot of replies, and I got about 20 to 30, actually 30 replies. Then I sent it to him. I didn't say anything, and he was like, you know what, come to the office, I want to see you. I'm like, okay, no problem. And that's how I got into SystemSpecs, because I was able to give value. They were like, how were you able to get this reply? And I told them that I just created a form, and that really helped them to reform the app. That was the turning point for the app. And they were like, we need someone to be there when we are making this app, so that we need a point of contact as a student. And I was the one. So I was the one that were like, come in. This is your form of internship now. And that's how I got into the industrial space, and I said that's when I started learning about product management. So there I made a lot of friends who were product managers, and sometimes I would say, the MD, we have to do this roadmap, this stakeholder. I was this tax is too much for this. So one of my guys like, oh, I don't tire. So I was like, you know what? I was not thinking, what can I do to make this thing more efficient and fast? What can I do? I started thinking. So that is when I got the first idea, flow, efficiency and flow. So basically, I didn't know what it was, but I just needed to get started with something. So I started gathering some information. I did a crash course on product management, and flow was kind of a very large system. I was trying to put product, flow charts, blah blah blah, into everything. So there was this guy, Mr. Chinedu Alicia, he's the business manager of Remita. The guy is wonderful. So he was the one who was like, I like your idea, but it is not yet refined. So he worked with me, trying out new ideas. It was like, you need to solve a problem that is very specific. This is not specific. Though there were like some people there who supported me. So there were some designers, some developers. I told them about it, and they were like, this is good. So basically, along the line, it didn't work. So I had to go back to the drawing board. I started talking to my users who were product managers. Started learning about this. What problems are you facing? What challenges are you facing in your day-to-day activities? Then I started getting replies. Then it was like, so I was updating. It was like, good. Now, gather those challenges, start picking them one by one, and start asking yourself, how can you solve this problem? And good, okay, I started that. Then I went on LinkedIn. I was not so familiar with LinkedIn, but I had to start familiarizing myself with LinkedIn. Started talking to product managers. What are you facing? So there were a lot of problems they were facing, you understand, which was basically mostly tax management. Like they had to do tax day to day, and how to execute those tasks were an issue, which was a problem I saw. Then I was like, you know what? I could do something here. This is basically the turning of a blank page. It is, what if I create something that helps them not start from scratch? Like an AI tool. It's not telling them what to do. It's basically helping them in executing a task. Then they themselves can customize it to how they want. And over time, the AI learns from them and do product their way.
Oh, how beautiful that is. Oh, how sweet that is. Because right now, everybody, of course, we live in excuse me, we live in a society or in a world where everything is fast forward, and we're all trying to be productivity geniuses.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do 1,000,001 thing in a day.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear and see, for those who can see, I hear and see your excitement about product paddy and all that he can bring to help people manage their time and their productivity better.
Yeah.
But I have a question. This
Okay.
is mindful to share. After all, I have a question. I know, like I said earlier, that the entrepreneurial journey is not for the faint.
At all.
So
At all.
it comes with its own challenges.
Sure.
What has been some of your most challenging challenges? Because I know there are a lot.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah.
So there are a lot though, but let me pick one of the most important. Let me pick the most important ones. It's getting started. I had to get started. I didn't know what to do. And
What does that
where
mean?
so I knew I needed to do something. I didn't have money. I didn't have a team. Basically, I didn't even know the solution I wanted to solve. I didn't know the problem I wanted to solve.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
how to get the solution for that problem. But I know there was a problem to solve, and I needed to solve that problem. And that is where most entrepreneurs get hung up. Now, let's assume I've gotten the idea. I needed a team. How do I get a team? So, I would say most entrepreneurs at this point would be like, I need money to get started. I need money to hire a team. I had that mindset at first. So, it was a whole lot. The journey was very tough. But I want to be positive here. It was also fulfilling.
Even if so, here is supposed to be a safe space where you come talk about the journey, the challenges of the journey. Because in most of us are used to seeing the success stories
Alone, yeah.
And everything that happened in between. We try to knock off, but that's what the story is, isn't it? That's what the story is. That's the beauty of the story, isn't
exactly.
it? So, tell me how mentally demanding. What did you go through? How did you navigate these, especially the challenge of startup funds and all that as a young man?
Exactly.
As a young man, okay,
Yeah.
and especially in a society where young people are looked at as not serious, or young people are looked like they're not ready for the process.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate all of that?
So I had to get started, like I said, and I needed to get a team. So now let me share something. For every entrepreneur out there, LinkedIn is your friend. It's the best place you can get started on. No matter what you're doing, you don't need to. I would tell you, you don't need to have any experience before getting started. If you see a problem and you want to solve it, now what you know about that problem is not all that there is to know about that problem. So just go to LinkedIn, start something. First of all, you need to define your target users. I did that. I knew I was trying to build a product for product managers. I started talking to product managers. How can I solve your problem best? So, okay, you've gotten the problem you want to solve now. You need a team to execute it. And not just any team, a visionary team who is as optimistic as you to follow you to the end. And how do you get this team is where
the question is.
And now, let me tell you how I did it. I use myself as a case study a lot of times. So I started posting about product management, problems they face, blah, blah, blah. So I mentioned something about agile because I love doing things the agile way. Agile gives you enough flexibility even in your life if you implement the principles and the ideologies of agile. And one thing, agile is not a methodology to everyone out there. It's not a methodology. I'll tell you why later. So I wrote a post on LinkedIn and I and I posted it on the group. Then someone answered my question. The way he answered my question was as if he was so passionate about that thing that he knew I made a mistake and I did not know. So, but he was ready to correct me. Now, I'll also tell every entrepreneur out there, every founder out there, pay attention, listen, don't talk too much. Yes, you want this. I know you are building the product. You want everybody to know that you have the upper C. Keep short. Thank you. Listen, I know that, yeah, you know it, but see, even if a baby is saying rubbish, from rubbish comes something.
What you think is rubbish, because we all live by perception here.
There is always a point to something. So use your superpowers as a founder to always listen. So it was like Matthew. So his name is Steve Ash. So Steve Ash is he was a retired Marine. Royal Navy. He worked in, so he fought some wars then. So he came into product management and he was a Scrum Master. He has been doing Agile for over 30 years. In fact, he was one of the ones who created the Agile framework, DSDM Agile. And he has been building product for a lot of companies for over 30 years. So he has a lot of experiences. And it was like, Matthew, this is this. Do it this way. Next time it's not called this. I was like, okay, yes, sir. I could have said no, I don't, but I just said no. Shut the fuck. I have to listen.
Okay.
I had to listen. So I told him. Now one thing as a founder, I know, yes, you already call yourself a founder, but be humble. I said, sir, I'm trying to get the product out there, and this is just a question that I wanted to know about. Please, I would love for you to be my coach, my mentor, because I need someone with your experience. I was like, oh, Matthew, I'm retired, and no problem. I'll be part of your team. I was like, oh, thank you. So we had a call where we did some talks, and he was on my team. He started telling me, okay, this is the first thing you do. Have you talked to some users? I said, yes. Okay, do this. So in fact, it was like, now we need to get an MVP out to validate.
What's an MVP?
So an MVP is a minimum viable product.
Okay.
It is what validates your solution out there that, yeah, your users are ready to use this. It's what validates that, yes, this product is really in need for your users. Okay. Now, there's a misconception about MVPs to most founders. They think it's something you should just put out there that is crappy. No, an MVP is a minimum viable product, but that doesn't mean it should not be functional. Because the first, how do I put it now? When your users use your product, no matter what stage it is, but once it's out there, the first impression matters. If you're able to get their attention and attract them to that product with your MVP, trust me, you are good to go. The product will sell. So if you want to build an MVP, I'm not saying it should be a large system. If it's just a feature you are putting out there, make sure that feature is functional as you say it is. It might not have the aesthetics and everything, but make sure it is functional. And so it was like, so we're delegating. Okay, sir, I could do some code, I can do some design. Okay, well, I'm also good in PHP. What do we do? And that's where I discovered another superpower you should have as a founder. Go out. Go for events. Connect. Network. I don't when I mean network, I don't mean you should go and say, hello, my name is this, I am building this. No, have deep connections. Make sure what you are saying to the person, there's a connection between you guys and there is an exchange of value at that point. So I started going for events, and I was at the event AIpreneurs by Remo Starts. So I was talking to a person, Ibukun. Yeah, so we're talking, Ibukun and I were talking. I like I said, I listen a lot. It wasn't like there's this man DLM that's gonna be here today. I was like, DLM, you mean Dr. Larry Mensah? He was like, yes. I was like, I messaged Dr. Larry Mensah on LinkedIn. I chatted him on LinkedIn, and I didn't get a reply. Even up to now, I even showed him. I was like, so he's gonna be here. I was like, you know what? Today he will not go unless we talk.
Bless me.
Unless he bless me. So I was like, you will not today. You're like, don't worry, I'll introduce you to him. He's actually the founder of First Founders. So what First Founders do is that they incubate talent, more of a VC studio.
Okay.
They make sure that yes, you build your product. They help you build your product to get out there, give it the product market fit. So they more of help startup founders at the very early stage. And I think that is one of the good work that Larry Mensa has been doing for a long time. I really love the man. He's so I don't know. He has the vibes.
Before we get talking into your in all of that, all of this I see in the story, all that you've shared in the story now, that as a startup and as a young startup, integrity is important.
Yes.
Mentorship is important. Building community is important to help support your dream as a stand-up. And humility is one of the things you also said is important, and this I think will build support system, because this is where I'm going. I've had questions, when people connect with me on Instagram via Mindfully with Tumishe, young, 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds who are just, and they are like, okay, I want to do this, because one of the first things she said was like, if you don't have money, just start and all that. How are you going to advise that they cope with this uncertainty that comes with starting up a business, or that comes with being a man, that comes with being a young man in the face of harsh economic realities?
Okay. Yes. So, like I said, the inflation in Nigeria, you go far. I have to say
it's fine. It's okay.
It's a lot. Yeah, the inflation is a lot. We get, but first, if there's nothing to make you afraid about what you are doing, then it's not big enough to be called a dream. And I believe every founder who is trying to get something out there, who's trying to build a product, should see it as a dream, not a way of making money or making one quick money. Startup will not make you rich quick. I get you are trying to get a product out there so that you can get investors to put money, and that's why you want to know if you are building a startup, if you are trying to build a product, make sure it's a vision, it's a dream you want to solve a need for a user. Now that will now reorientate your mindset. Now your mindset comes into play with your subconscious. Now, I say this a lot. When you vision something, every time you are thinking about that thing, you are programming your mindset. You are programming your subconscious. Now your subconscious does not know negative, does not know positive. And that's why I tell people, be positive always. Because your subconscious is not able to differentiate. So, but now, once you always have vision in that thing, you are working towards it, it's already in your mind, then your subconscious will make your reality that thing.
So, I'm going to be a party pooper right now. When what you're manifesting, that's the word they use now, when you're trying to envision this thing, and it seems that it's tarrying, it seems that it is taking longer, and bills are piling up, how do you stay positive?
You have to be to become. And when I mean you have to be to become, to stay positive, like I said, it needs to be a dream that you really believe in.
There are just times that life is just so hard.
Yes, it's very hard. Yes, I get. Even sometimes I have to rethink. Am I supposed Divine? Think you are the firstborn. Think you are the firstborn. Yes, there are 4 at my back. So make sure that what you are doing, like I've had to say, let not go and look for a job like this, or I should just go to one company, then that might, because I have experience. So just look for a job and start doing something and start earning money. But when I see what I want to achieve at the end of the day, it's so big, I have to just continue.
And it doesn't. You are you saying that you never get to the point where you it cripples you mentally.
So now, like I said, for that mental part, so everything still revolves around your mindset, because when you now have that, when you now reorientate your mindset, things will start falling in place. So preparation and opportunity comes luck. So if I say I want to do this and I have a vision that yes, this is what I want to build out there, though when things come by, I'll just look them as small. And now you are a founder that solves problem. So there will always be ways to solve a problem. For me, I see challenges as stepping stones. When I see one, I get happy, because I know that if I can get through with that, I'm not divine of yesterday. I'm 100x better. That should be the mindset you should have for any challenge. So when you have that mindset, it will not cripple you like the way it would to a normal person.
What you mean by normal person?
Yes, because as a founder, you are not a normal person. You can't be normal. Things that apply in America, things that apply to American founders or any other place in the world will never apply here in Nigeria. So for you to break through as a founder in Nigeria, you are not normal. You have to be, you have to have a level of, see, serious, yeah, you're not normal. Because, take it for instance, you know, what you've done to come to this point, has anything been normal with the way a normal person would have done it?
I wouldn't know that because I don't know what normal is.
So yes, normal is the normal thinking. Okay, if I do this, I'll get to this, I'll get to this. If I do this, the normal way of thinking. But as a startup founder, as an entrepreneur, you are thinking 5 steps ahead.
If we start this conversation about normal, we'll finish it, because normal is different to different people. Because what is normal to me, what is normal to me definitely will be normal to you. What is normal to you, I'm just like, okay, that's no big deal. Like, it's probably something that I eat for breakfast, if you know, saying metaphorically. But I love how you have spoken to the mindset for success, because of course, yeah, for those who are used to the masculine energy and talk about the masculine energy, you exude all of this. Like, okay, I'm a man, I'm the oldest and all of this. And with Product Paddy, where you for those who have to help those who need productivity solutions, I see that your enthusiasm is gonna not just get you there, but as we try to round this up towards, it's been a long time. I'm not even going to lie, it's been a long time I've sat with a young person who's this excited about about life, excited and not thinking about the other parts of life. Maybe you think about it, but right now, so if you've already said it, if you had a magic wand and you wanted to do something, you had a magic wand and said, okay, if I wave this magic wand as an aspiring entrepreneur, this is what I want to happen, what would that be?
Okay, I can. So okay, let me get it right. So if I had a magic wand and I said, okay, let this thing happen,
yes,
happen. So yes, now I would say that is not quite possible, because
we are living in fantasy right now.
Okay,
so.
let's live in fantasy.
Yes.
Now, but yeah, the entrepreneurship world is not a fantasy. Things happen unexpectedly.
Guy, live in fantasy for a moment.
Let me try.
If you had a magic wand, okay, this is you're talking to I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, and you want to say to me that what you could do as a person with the things that you've learned on your journey towards entrepreneurship, this is one thing I can make easy for you.
Okay.
Does that make it clearer?
Okay. Yeah. So one of the things would be, making connections to the right people at the right time, at the right moment. Really, really important, because you can. So connecting to people, networking with people goes a long way, because that will also help you when you are now funding, when you start trying to raise funds. Because I'll tell you, the investment ecosystem right now is 90% based on relationship.
Connection and relationships.
Yes. You can't come to one invest and tell, I have this good idea. Everybody has a good idea. They need to know you. They need to know what you're capable of. They need to know how you think, you talk, because it also affect the way you do things and the way you will run your startup. So yes, that will be it.
That's a good magic wand.
Yeah,
that's a good wish.
Yes, because not just fundraising. It will also take me, to make me have the experience I don't have. So if I'm talking to someone, so I was talking to Dave, day before yesterday. No, was it day before yesterday? So last week Thursday. I can't remember, but yeah, recently I was at a hotel where I attended the Inspire Africa Founders Connect, and I was opportunity to meet the product manager, Paga Samura. Very, very eloquent man. So the way he spoke and the advice I got from him, I've added 3 to 4 years of experience to mine without having to experience it. Because he showed me a new way of, let's say, doing a particular thing. So it was like, yes, if you are a founder, I get. You are a founder, you want to be able to control your team, but sometimes be humane. If you're talking to your engineer, come, what is wrong? Tell me, what can we do? Let's rehearse. And funny thing, when I implemented this thing, it so worked marvelously. This has been that advice that he gave me in a couple of minutes should have been something that I would have learned a year or two. Let's say with experience. I don't have to go through it again.
Okay, so relationship and connection will be what. Thank you, Matthew, for bringing your energy. Thank you for bringing your energy is very I don't know, what do I want to say? It's very infectious, and I'm almost sitting in your head. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. You know that what on Mindful Chimshe we're always hammering on community support, on friendship, on connection, on deep connections. And from what Matthew has said this today, he tells us, just as we've said, that even in business, relationship matters. Yes, you can be a genius and you can be all of that. You can be all that. But when your relationship, your connection with yourself, your connection, the way you connect with other people and relate with other people, if it's top notch, your self-awareness is as good as your self-appraisal, you'll do well in the world of business. Thank you very much again, Matthew, for coming. Remember that you can be part of a Fight for Life, a day retreat for men, coming up November 23, 2024, at the Rembrandt Hotel, Ikeja. All right. Of course, it's ticketed. It is 10,000 naira. Just go to Mindfully with Michelle on Instagram and find register and secure your space. It is going fast. Trust me. Of course, there you will get the details of all that is going to happen at a Fight for Life. I am Oluwatumise Oladapo Kuku. Love yourself, love your neighbor, love your country. Above all of this, love God. He is the essence of your being. Matthew.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Is this the end?
Yes, it is the end.
Okay, yeah. So I want to use this opportunity to shout out to my team. Yeah, wherever you are, kudos to you guys. Steve, Justin, Chuka, all of you, Ikena, Onikachi, all of you, kudos. Yes, and we are going to make this possible. We are gonna, so to all product managers out there too, we are gonna give you your wife and husband that will help you through your day. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for Product Buddy. We are here.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to Anita of Kim Creatives. Thank you very much for connecting me with Matthew Devine
Yeah,
of
thank you.
Product Buddy. Until next time, stay winning, stay curious, love yourself.